Hello, it's July 2019 and we're at a classic car event. It's called Classics on the Common. It's at GALLEYWOOD, sort of Chelmsford area, and it's in the grounds of the Horse and Groom pub, which you can see there. It's unusual that this annual event is always held on a Wednesday evening, because most classic car shows are, you know, Sundays and things. Anyway, I'll try and have a general walk around. It's absolutely rammed and lots of the cars can't even get in. So I'll try and film what I can.
I know someone who sold last year. It was left to him, his brother's died, left it to him.
I'm going to say a few words as well during the video and just put a little bit of information that I know. Can't say it's going to be 100%.
Down there, we're going to have a look round. See you in a bit. Alright.
So I'm going to walk around. It's a Lotus Elan Sprint. Nice little car. Funny enough, many years ago, I was actually offered one of these for £350. Boy, should I have bought it. So anyway, behind that, an nice old Vauxhall HB Viva, Morris Minor. There's a Cortina one behind the other. The front one's a Mark 5, behind that is a Mark 2. And as we go around, there's another Elan. Got a Daimler V8 behind that. You get a few modern bits as well in these things. As you can see in the background, we've got a Cobra. Triumph TR4. Sorry, that's a TR2, I do believe. And a Triumph Vitesse. Now these were in their time were quite a quick little car. They're straight six-cylinder engine. Quite nippy. And how these have come on now. Mark 1 Escorts. That one's an Escort GT. It's quite nice. Just looking behind this Mark 1 Escort, there's a TR6. Quite a nice little sought after car now. Parked in next to a later Porsche and Mercedes Sports. Jaguar XK. These are sort of cars very close to my heart. And got a nice little Bentley coupe there. And a little Lotus 7 styled car called an MNR Vortex. And next to it is our own vehicle. 1961 Chrysler New Yorker 4-door hardtop. I've owned for the best part of 18 years. Next to that we've got a Mark 2 Zephyr 58. And being a 58, that'll make it a high line. And it's got a 302 Ford V8 in it, so that's quite lively. There's a nice little thing. Little, I'll call it a 100E van. I know they've got a different title. I think this may be an Escort or something like that. But very nice, just been recently detailed all under the bonnet. Nice little side valve engine. There we go. We've got a couple of American bits here. Yeah, vans are quite sought after and quite unusual. Just going to have a little walk along now. As you can see, it's such a diverse amount of classics, from big American cars to the VWs. All this sort of stuff is what I was working on when I first started as an apprentice. These were everyday cars then. All of these along here. It's a Mark II Cortina with a bit of an engine modification there. And again, Mark 1 Cortina with a similarly oversized engine in it. XJS, another car that I really like. That's a very nice example. Porsches, all the 911 series now, they're all getting very, very sought after, and rightly so. They're a lovely car.
What, your bike's blocking something? No, yes.
Oh, I'm just going to go across here because it looks like the cars in the next section of the field are parked the other way around, so we can walk along the fronts. You got a Morris Minor, a nice little John Cooper Mini over there. That was a limited edition they did, the John Cooper one. Quite nice. 2.8 injection Capri, very sought after. Now here's a rare beast. If I'm not mistaken, this is a Crayford converted Ford Corsair. The Crayford company would only ever convert brand new cars into convertibles. So if a model like the Corsair didn't come in a convertible form from Ford's, you could buy a brand new one, take it to Crayford's, and they would turn it in a convertible for you. Sorry, Corsair, not Cortina. So yeah, quite unusual. MGT series, nice. Now there's a beautiful car. Aston Martin, look at that. I know it's classics on the common, but that's a future classic if ever I saw one. That is beautiful. That's the 4-door version. You've got a 2-door version parked next to it. Beautiful. As you can see, I'll just hold the camera up now so you can look over the field. It's a very, very popular meeting. And there you go, you get two lovely Aston Martins, and next to it you've got a lovely Chevy truck. And next to that you've got a Saab.
Yeah, they do.
I remember the first turbocharged car I ever drove was one of these, and I couldn't believe how fast it was. And when you think they're not a particularly fast car in the grand scheme of things, but when I first drove one of them and thought it was unbelievable. A little Ginetta. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, that's a 37 Ford. What a lovely example that is, convertible, or tour as they call them then. And coming round.
Oh, it's thrown to pieces, every bump, lump.
We've got a Marcos. I used to own one of those many years ago. And another Ginetta. Yeah, it's a Model T style hot rod. I'm hoping I'm not doing it injustice. This is a Porsche Replica. Some of these were based on, well, all different things. They could either be Beetle based, some are even Skoda based. So they did a lot of different ones. So that's, I'm not sure which model that is. It'll be a 200, like a 240 or something like that. These were actually brought out by Nissans to try and look like an E-Type. They sort of managed it.
No, that's at the farm.
There we go, from the ridiculous to the sublime. You would never believe that was a Vauxhall. Lovely. I'm sorry I'm not getting all the full pictures of the cars in here, but everything's so tight and so crowded. Right, so we go around the back of these now, and I can see in the background a Citroen DS. Or these were one of the forerunners of the cars that had the rise and fall suspension on them. As you can see, a really well, it was so ahead of its time. If I'm right as well, when you turn the steering wheel on these, the headlights used to follow it round. So you turn left and the steering wheels would go round. The headlights would go round. There we go, 2CV. Used to MOT those years ago. 911 again. This is what I love about it, just the diversity of the cars. You've got this little Citroen 2CV that was actually, I think the remit when they designed that, it had to take a farmer, a pig and a tray of eggs across a ploughed field. I think that's what they said they had to do when they designed those. And then next to that you've got a 911, next to that you've got an American car, and next to that we've got another John Cooper Mini. Ford Sierra Sapphire. And this, if I'm not mistaken, is, I think that's a Cougar. If I'm right, it's a Ford Cougar. No, Ford Probe. They were based on a Mazda. Yes, they were based actually on a Mazda. That is a Japanese body shell made by Fords. Not that successful. They were quite heavy on fuel, 3-litre V6 engine. Riley, I think that's an RM series. Now the Porsche. Ooh. Now, if that's what I think it is, I might even know the owner of that. These are actually Australian. That's it's going to be something like a Holden Commodore, I would have thought. There's another one next to it. The smaller ones are Holden Monaco. I think the bigger one's the Commodore. But these have got Hemi V8 in them. Wickedly fast car. However, nice old Mark II Granada. Just coming round. There's quite a tidy little Ford Orion. Looks like we've got a row of Granadas here.
Do you get that, sunshine?
I've got to go down this row of Fords first. These have got ultra collectible now, Ford Escort Mexico. Used to work on those first time round as well as everyday cars. Now here we have a Cortina. This is actually a Cortina GT, done in Lotus colours, but they didn't do, from what I'm aware, what I can remember, they didn't do a 4-door Lotus. And looking at the badge on the back wing, that's a GT. It's got a red GT badge on it. Still nice though, nice car. Mark II Escort.
They make 350, no.
Yeah. I mean, it's just up the road, they do a lazy going full sale, so it don't start till late. It's like 10 o'clock the doors open, so you ain't got to be there and yeah.
That's probably the best.
It's just up the road.
Best way to describe this is it's got an Ultima GTR. It's probably the nearest you'd get to a road going racing car. And here we have I'm going to assume it's a Replica Gt40. The original ones of these now are worth over, well, they're probably pushing 3 to 5 million, I think. I think the last time I actually looked at prices of one, they were about 3.5 million. But they're called the GT40 because The originals were only 40 inches high, so that's why they called them a GT40. I have sat in replicas, but I can't really shut the door because if you look on the top of it, the door is actually part of the roof. And me sitting in there, it really takes the top of my head off. I'll show you the engine. The original GT40s had a 289 Gurney Westlake in it. Most of these have got things like 302s or 340s in them. And we've got another Porsche Replica. Just have a quick swing round and look at the road we've just been along. I'll carry along here. Austin of some description.
Yeah. Roll up with it. I bet Steve's going to blow it out.
You won't recognise him. He looks like Father Christmas.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Actually, fine anyway.
I am. I'm over
But they've done that with that bollard, but then they've only parked halfway and blocked off all the space down there.
This is Austin Healey version. This Mark II, I do believe. The Mark I Healey was the frog eye, but this is the Mark II. I actually had a Mark II midget, which was pretty much the same as this. You can tell the early ones because they haven't got any exterior door handles, so you couldn't lock them. They had side screens, and you used to have to lift the side screen up and open them from the inside. Obviously, car theft wasn't a problem back then.
Exactly what Dad said to me as well. He was like, yeah, then you'll be fine.
And in amongst it all, you got a nice little drive Daytona. Healey 1000. Austin Healey. Hillman Avenger. Another car I used to work on a daily basis. Oh, Jensen CV8. This is. Unusual cars now. If I remember rightly, they had Chrysler V8 in them. Similar engine to our Chrysler New Yorker. Chevy truck.
excuse me. Come here.
Got a Mark I Capri now. The Pinto engine in them.
Shoot off.
Here we go. Mark III Zodiac. Pretty sure the Zodiac was the twin headlight one, and with that grille on it, that's what it should be. Straight 6 engine. Nice. And next to that, we have the famous Dodge Chargers. Not Starsky and Hutch colours, but as you can see, people are still coming in even now. RS2000 just going past. And you've got plenty of stuff still over there. Just go around this last little bit. 66 Chevy Chevelle. Ooh, Mark I Zephyr convertible. Very nice car now. What a valuable car these are now. In this sort of condition, yeah, you are looking to tens of thousands. So very nice. As you can see, we've got a few modern bits mixed in here, so I'm just going to hold it up and give you a little look at this section. Got things from Aston Martin. It looks like
We'll get a drink in a minute.
Cosmotor XR4i with that whale tail. A couple of air cooled bits here and a hand waving in front of me.
See the one
Oh, split screen 64, again tens of thousands. I'm just going to stop the video now. We're just coming up to a PA Cresta and I'm going to stop the video. It's quite a long video now and hopefully we'll be able to continue a bit later.